Good morning, one and all. So, in previous lecture, we learned how to do the cross tabulation in Excel. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about the some technologies which are related to BI and what kind of data set we can access using the BI tools. So, first, what is the BI process? It having the set of terms like it having some method, process, technologies and tools. So why we use the BI and why we use these technologies? By using these, we can convert the data into information and again we can convert that information into the knowledge. And with the help of that knowledge, BI gives us in betterment in our decision support system. Okay, so with the help of BI, we can make a decision support system more stronger than the previous one. Then the evolution of BI. So basically it start in 1980s and it uses only the executive information system and the decision support system. After that, in 1990s, it uses the data warehousing for the business intelligence purpose. Means it uses only the data for the ETL process, that is extract, transform and the load. After that, in 2000, with the help of data warehousing system and the business intelligence, user can able to create the different kind of dashboard and the scorecard. And in 2010, it is used for the analytics purpose and we can perform the data on big data as well as we use the mobile BI and the data science. So, what is meant by the data warehouse? Basically, data warehouse is nothing but the database which is used for the BI. It is a database designed to support a broad range of decision tasks in specific organization. Basically, it is used in the batch format, which is batch, updated and structure for rapid online queries. Data warehouse contains the large amount of the historical data mainly and it having the four characteristics. In that, the first characteristic is the subject oriented. So what is meant by the subject oriented? For example, as we know that we are considering all the data related to the particular company or the organization. So when we said subject oriented, so if you wanted to learn more about your company's sales data, you could build a data warehouse to concentrate on sales. Means that database must store the data which is related to the sales only. That is subject oriented. Then the next one is the integrated. Data from disparate sources must be formatted consistently. It must be integrated. Then the next characteristic is the non-volatile. So non-volatile means what? Once enter into the warehouse, data should not change. Okay, it must be permanent. And the next one is the time variant. So time variant means what? A data warehouse makes available data over time to help observe the meaningful patterns. Okay. So these four are the characteristics of the data warehouse. I am going to repeat it once. It must be subject oriented, integrated, non-volatile and time variant. Then why we use the data warehouse concept? Basically, the data warehousing refers to the organization and storage of data from variety of sources so that it can be analyzed and retrieved easily. So we use the OLAP, that is OLAP is front end software and to that support the process of analyzing data managing the data, aggregation, and partitioning the information into cubes for in-depth analysis, retrieval, and visualization. We learn more about OLAP in our next section. Okay. Then the data warehouse is nothing but the database. We can say it as a data mart, which should be considered when significant number of potential users are requesting access to large amount of related historical information for an analysis and the reporting purpose. So it is called as an active or real-time data warehouse. So generally we use the data warehouse for the transaction purpose and data storing purpose. So from where we are collecting the data in the data warehouse. So basically it comes from the mainframe, client server or web-based system that can change the data periodically and load it into the warehouse. So the idea behind use the data warehouse is that we can capture and maintain the useful data in the central location. Once the data is organized, manager and analyst can use software tools to extract these data from the data warehouse. And as it is kept in the central location, so anyone can easily access it. So the best way to get started with the data warehousing is to analyze some existing operational transaction processing system, and we have to check what type of historical trends and comparison might be interested to examine the support decision system. So in short, for the data storage purpose and to retrieve the data, we use the data warehouse which store the large amount of data, and that data is collected from the web-based system or the client server or the mainframe system. So this is all about the data warehouse. Then our next process which is related to the ETL process. So this is the diagrammatic view of the business intelligence with data warehouse and the data modeling. So as we already discussed about the data warehouse and the data marts, okay, then we are going to learn about the what is mean by the CRM and the ERP. Okay, so as you already aware of about the ERP system, our college use the ERP system. So the long form of the ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. So what is the ERP? It is a process used by companies to manage and integrate the important part of their business. Many ERP software applications are important to companies because they help them to implement the resource planning by integrating all the processes needed to run their company with single system. So ERP system can also integrate planning, purchasing, inventory, sales, marketing, finance, human resources, and more. Okay. So basically we use the ERP system to cover the following aspects. In that, the first one is it is an integrated system. It having the common database. It is used for the real-time operations. It support for all the applications and the components. Then it having the common user interface across the application, and it is on premises, cloud hosted or the SaaS deployment. Okay. So common user interface, suppose we are going to let me present the screen first. So this is GUI of our ERP system, right? This is same for all the people. Like it is same for the staff, same for the students and all, okay? And whenever we are having the unique ID and password for accessing the ERP system, whenever I'm using my credentials, okay, it will give me the all the operations which are relevant to the staff. So suppose you are login with the student credential, it gives us the all the operations which are related to the student. So the common interface is provided by our ERP system. Now, how ERP is useful in the education institute? So as we know that the any institute involve the multitude of data and the information. Processing and storing such large amount of data and information in form of record, maintaining the date and time of process information is the tedious task. So such kind of tasks are handled by our ERP system. Moreover, we know that our ERP system is useful for the different models, like it having the library model, then the exam section model, then account section model. Your admission process is done by our ERP system. Also, it is useful for accessing the notices, whatever notices are relevant to the student, whatever notices are the relevant to the staff. So all such kind of details are integrated in our ERP system. So the ERP software is the perfect digital solution for the education institute and for the web portals. Also, it include the fees accounts, okay, and the library accounts. As we know that our ERP system also having the OPAC facility through which you can search the whatever books you are required easily with the help of the OPAC. Also it interconnect all the department in our college, okay? So this makes the exchange of information among the departments easy, and also it ensure that all the information is stored in the central server for access at any instance, okay? So our ERP software having the central server in our computer department. So using the same link, we can access our ERP system. For the LAN, as we know that the IP address is 10.65.0.11, and it having we can access the ERP system from home also. For that, there is a different URL which is mentioned in our college website. So we can access the data centrally using the ERP system. Okay. Understood? Yes or no, please write down in chat box. Okay. After that, we are talking about the customer relationship management, that is the CRM. This is similar as a ERP. So, what is the CRM? It is the combination of practices, strategies, and technologies that companies use to manage and analyze customer relation, interaction, and data throughout the customer life cycle. So why we use the CRM? The goal is to improve the customer service relationship and assist in customer retention and drive sales growth. This software ensures that every step of the interaction with the consumer goes smoothly and efficiently in order to increase the overall profit, The software gathers customer data from multiple channels. So basically it is used for the interaction purpose. It enables the customer service teams help us to remind our task. Okay, so CRM software can remind you of tasks that you need to complete at given time. Also, everything done with the CRM is the recorded. So it gives us enough time to make the better action plan to close any potential sales. Basically, it is used by the companies or the organization. As we know that the files and the files having the different kind of information, like for business intelligence we use the text file, PDF file or the Excel file, and again the database having the number of record. Now the next part is what is meant by the ETL process. So we use the ETL software to make the task easier. It is abbreviation for extract, transform and load. This type of software is also called as a data extraction software. So whenever we are doing the practicing on the Power BI tool, at that time I'll teach you what is the extract, transform and load process in the BI. So what is mean by the extract? So extract means to read the data from specified database and write a subset of a data to a file. Okay. Then what is mean by transform? It changes the new data set using rules or lookup tables. And finally the load. So what is mean by load? It writes the data set to a database intended to support reporting, queries, drill down and all other decision support solutions. Okay. So to extract the data, to transform the data and to load the data into the file. So this kind of work is done by the ETL. ETL software can be used to create a temporary data set for a specific decision support purpose, or it may be used to create and refresh a more permanent data mart or the data warehouse. Now, what is use of ETL software? Why it used or why it needed? Now, because in many situations, the data that manager want to analyze in diverse database and in diverse format. So ETL software can get existing data into form and format that is useful in a specific decision support task. Also, it can be used to improve the quality of data and data integration. So we use the ETL. After that, we perform the reporting operation. In that first one is the reporting means we are going to design the different kind of a dashboard. After that, the ad hoc reporting. So, what is mean by the ad hoc reporting? Anybody know what is mean by ad hoc reporting? If yes, unmute yourself. You can talk. Okay. So ad hoc reporting means it is a report created for one-time use only. A BI tool can make it possible for anyone in organization to answer a specific business question and present the data in visual format. Basically it depends on smaller amount of data, okay, which is used only one time. So login with my Moodle site, I have uploaded the data set for the ad hoc reporting. Download that data set first. So we are going to learn how to create the ad hoc report. Everyone log in to the Moodle site. In unit number 2, I have uploaded one dataset called as dataset for ad hoc reporting. Download that file. So you have to download this one, dataset for ad hoc reporting. So the dataset having the number of fields like row ID, order priority, customer name, profit, quantity order, new, and the sales. So now we have to design the ad hoc report. So as I stated earlier that we use this report only for the one time use. Okay. Now suppose for creating the ad hoc report, first I am going to apply the filter for the customer name, or you can apply for all the fields. So for that, go to data and go to filter. Okay. Then we have to pick a name of a particular customer. Suppose I am going to pick a name of this one, Bonnie Potter. Click on OK. Okay. After that, I am going to calculate the sum of the profit. So for that, as we know that we have a function summation, just click on sum and it will automatically generate the sum for the entire column, and just drag these values. So we got the sum of the quantity order and sum of the sales. Okay. Then just click here and cut paste the record over here and write down here total. Okay. So now I have created the record for the particular customer, which gives me the total of profit, quantity and the sale. So similarly, I can generate such kind of report for other customer also. Suppose I am going to click the next one, that is Jim, and click on OK. So it automatically created the record for that customer. Again, suppose for the next one, this one, OK. So this one is also having single record. Yeah. So like this, we can create the ad hoc report, which is one time use only. Okay, understood? So try to implement ad hoc report at your side. Let me know after completion. After that, the last point is the OLAP analysis. So basically for the complex query solving purpose, we use the OLAP analysis. The emphasis is on the response time to these complex queries. Each query involves one or more column of data aggregated from the many rows. For example, whenever we are considering the year over year financial performance or the marketing growth of the company or the organization, at that time we use the OLAP analysis tool. That's it from the theory point of view. Today we are going to learn how to create the area chart in Tableau. So be ready with your Tableau setup. There is one announcement for the student who don't know how to use the Tableau or how to download it. Just write down in URL or in Google search Tableau public free for students. Okay, it will give us the 6 month free uses for the Tableau. Then click on free student license. Then write down here the number of fields like country India, your first name, last name, email ID, date of birth. Then write down here our college name. It is appear as Nasik District. Okay, I'll tell you later. Whatever field you have to put over here, it shows us our college name, but right now I'm unable to search it. Then you have to select learning on own, or you can select learning as a part of course as well, no issues. And then you have to submit it. Okay, now you have to click on verify my student status, and after that you have to upload the screenshot of your iCard over there. After that, it will create the primary key for your account, and it will be sent on your register email, whatever email you have put it over here. Okay, and then you have to use that credential whether you download your Tableau desktop. Okay, means while clicking on here Tableau, now I have already registered, so I am not getting such kind of errors. So it will give you two options, in that you have to select the first one, register with the primary key, and you have to put that primary key over there. Okay, now today we are going to learn the area chart. So what is mean by the area chart? It represents any quantitative data over various period of time. Okay, try to understand the whatever the explanation is given in the definition. Okay, it represent any quantitative data over various periods of time. So periods of time is given, means we have to select the date. Okay, it is basically a line graph where the area between line and axis is filled with the color. Okay, so as we require the quantitative data and the date field, so as we have the quantity data mentioned here, and as we have the order date as well, so just click on order date and the quantity. Okay, so when we have selected both the field, the area chart is enable over here. Okay, there are two type of area chart. The first one is the continuous and the next one is the discrete. Okay, so what is mean by the continuous and the discrete? A continuous area chart does not have a individual values, and hence it is always measured. And the discrete area chart, individual values of a category are taken and hence are always counted. Okay, so we are trying to differentiate with the help of the chart here. So as in the problem statement, we know that we require the quantitative data and the date field. That's why I am selecting here the order, date and the quantity, and two options. This is my continuous area chart and this is my discrete area chart. So just click on the area chart, that is continuous area chart. So it will give us the data like this. Okay, which is in continuous format. It will give us the quantity of data for year 2018, for year 2019, and for year 20 and 21. Okay, this is the continuous. Suppose I am going to choose, I want to display the data as a region wise. So just go to the location and place the region field into the color. Okay, so it will gives us the region wise data. It display in the different color. It is work like a filter. If I am going to select on the central, it highlight the data for the central one, for east, for south, for west. Like this, we can represent the area chart. Okay, which is this is the continuous. Now we are trying to identify what is the difference between the continuous and the discrete. Okay, so instead of this, suppose I am going to pick this one, discrete. Okay, so it changed the representation of the data. Now suppose I want to display the data category wise, then I am going to put the category field. Where is the category? I am going to use the category field in the column. Okay, so it will give us the category wise data, and it will show us the data date wise, that is year wise, separately. Suppose I am going to use the continuous. Okay. So this is the continuous. All the years are given by one, and when we choose the discrete, it will give us the separate data for each category. So it shows the clear difference between both. When we select the continuous, so the for each category the data is shown continuous for each year. Okay, this is for the 18, this is for the 19, this is for the 20, and when we select the discrete, it gives us the separate data, separate column wise data for each category. Hope you understood the difference between the continuous and the discrete. Now try to implement the area chart. I am going to repeat it once. I am going to clear it. Okay. So first you can do simultaneously. First you have to select the order date and the quantity, and just open the mark card and select the continuous area chart. Okay. After that, place region into the color because I want to display the data region wise. That's why I'm putting region in colors. Then I am going to pick the category in my column. So as soon as I am going to pick the new column, it will automatically create the discrete chart instead of the continuous. Okay, so we can click on the continuous and the discrete. Like this we can create